Hello, you're welcome to today's lesson, and today we have simultaneous linear and quadratic equations. Also, we have three questions solved, and you can see them on the board. As usual, we start from number 1. Number 1, we have 3x plus y equal to 4. Then xy is equal to 1. Now, if you look at this, you saw that we can form equation 3 from 1. Since we have a single letter here, we are now going to make y the subject of the formula. So from 1, y should be equal to 4 minus 3x. So we'll call that equation 3. Now substitute 3 in 2. Remember what I said in my last lesson? You use 1 to form equation 3, go back to equation 2. You use 2 to form equation 3, you go back to equation 1. So putting it in equation 2, we have x bracket 4 minus 3x is equal to 1. Open the bracket. 4x minus 3x squared equal to 1. So we are going to collect the whole thing together so that we have our quadratic equation. That means we have 3x squared minus 4x plus 1 equal to 0. Now, this is what I have done. I've taken this and this to this side. Remember, 1 is positive here, but here 4 is positive and it are changed to minus. 3 is negative, it are changed to plus. So to move on, multiply this by this. That is first the quotient of this, and then the last number. 3 times 1 is 3. What are the factors of 3 that will give us minus 4 when we add or subtract, and 3 when we multiply? That will be minus 1 minus 3. So minus 1 times minus 3 is plus 3. Minus 1 minus 3 is minus 4. So that is 3x squared minus 3x minus x plus 1 equal to 0. As I said earlier, this will form the coefficient of the letter you have here. If you factorize, 3 is common here, 3x. Then x minus 1 inside the bracket. And then that will be minus, what is common here is 1. X minus 1. So, in order to move on, bring them together. 3x minus 1 into x minus 1 is equal to 0. And that means that 3x minus 1 is 0, or x minus 1 equal to 0. Here, 3x is equal to 1, or x equal to 1. And that means that x is either 1 over 3 or x equal to 1. So, and since we have done that, in order to find the values of y, we have to go back to equation 3. So, go back to equation 3. If x equal to 1 over 3, from equation 3, y is equal to 4 minus 3x. And that means we have to replace, that will give us 4 minus 3 brackets 1 over 3. So divide, that will be 4 minus 1, and that is 3. But if x is equal to 1, then y should equal to 4 minus 3 brackets 1, and that will give us 4 minus 3, which is 1. Therefore, our x comma y should be equal to, remember, when x is 1 over 3, comma, y is 3. And when x is 1, comma, y is also 1. So these are the values. And that's the answer to number 1. 1 over 3, 3, 1, 1. That's the answer to number 1. We're now moving over to number 2. Moving over to number 2. And then continue. We continue. So in order to continue, we have number 2 now. And then we have x squared minus y squared equal to 40. And again, this is equation 1. X plus y equal to 10. This is equation 2. And you discover that if you look at the question very well, we can use difference of 2 squares to express equation 1. So in equation 1, x squared minus y squared is the same thing as x plus y, x minus y. That is from difference of 2 squares. And if you look at it from equation 2, x plus y is 10, which means we are free to replace x plus 1 with what? 10. So from equation 2, x plus y is equal to 10. So we can say that we have to substitute 2 in 1. Substituting 2 in 1, that means anywhere we see x plus y, we write 10. That means that we have x plus y, x minus y equal to 40. That is the same thing as 10 brackets x minus y is equal to 40. That would be 10x minus 10y equal to 40. And if you look at this, we can reduce by dividing through by 10. And if you do that, that will lead us to x minus y equal to 4. We can call this equation 3. So if you bring them together, equation 3 now, if you bring them together, we are going to now use equation 2 and 3. So we have x plus y is equal to 10, is equal to 10, equation 2, and then x minus y is equal to 4, equation 3. Then you can add. In this case, you can see that we are going to eliminate. And that will give us 2x equal to 14. Therefore, 2x over 2 will give us 14 over 2. Divide, and that means that x is equal to 7. X is equal to 7, substitute in either equation 1 or 2. So, in 2, from equation 2, we have x plus y equal to 10. And that means that 7 plus y is equal to 10, because we are now having the value of x to be 7. And that means that y is equal to 10 minus 7, which is 3. So finally, therefore, x is 7, y is 3. So that's the answer to that. And that settles question number 2. We're now going over to number 3. So we'll solve number 1 and 2. So number 3 now, we have this. And then solution. If you look at what you have, x minus y equal to 10, 12 over y minus 12 over x equal to 5. So, x minus y equal to 10, equation 1, 12 over y minus 12 over x equal to 5, equation 2. Okay. Now, from this, we have from 1, x should be equal to 10 plus y. So, I call this equation 3. Equation 3. Then, in equation 2, in equation 2, multiply both sides by the LCM, which is what? Xy. So, that means in 2 we have 12 over y multiplied by xy over 1 minus 12 over x divided by xy over 1 is equal to 5 times xy over 1. So simplifying, we have this we divide, then this we divide, and then moving on, bring them together. That's 12x minus 12y is equal to 5xy. We can rewrite the whole thing by bringing them together, and that is 12x minus 12y minus 5xy equal to 0. Now, we are going to substitute equation 3 in this. So let us call this equation 4 now. Substitute 3 in 4. That would be 12 brackets 10 plus y minus 12y minus 5 y brackets 10 plus y. is equal to 0. Then we simplify further. That will give us 120 plus 12y minus 12y minus 50y minus 5y, because this negative will affect this, equal to 0, minus 5y squared. 5y squared. So moving on, we have this will disappear, and then we rewrite it so that we have a quadratic equation. And in order to do that, okay, let's have 120 minus 50y minus 5y squared equal to 0. Dividing everything by 5, we have this should be 24 minus 10y minus y squared equal to 0. So bring everything here to the other side. And if we do that, we're going to have y squared plus 10y minus minus 24 equal to 0. Yes. So we are now we have to look for factors of this that will give us this when we multiply, when we add or subtract to get the middle one. And that should be plus 12 minus 2. So y squared plus 12y minus 2y minus 24 equal to 0. Yes, when you multiply minus 2 by 12 positive, it will give you minus 24. And when you add, you are going to get positive 10. So factorizing, we have y plus 12 minus 2 now, y plus 12 equal to 0. And that shows that y minus 2 into y plus 12 equal to 0. So moving on, now come back to this side. Come back to this side and we'll have from here we have y minus 2 equal to 0 or y plus 12 equal to 0. That means that y is either 2 or minus 12. So in this case now, we are going to we're going back to the question or the substitution. So if y is equal to 2, from 3, x should be equal to 10 plus y equal to 10 plus 2, which is 12. And then if y is equal to minus 12, then x should be equal to 10 minus, if y is 12, okay, it's correct, then it will be 10 minus 12, which is equal to minus 2. Therefore, x comma y is equal to, when y is 2, x is 12. So that would be 12 comma 2, and the next one should be if y is 2 this, yes, if y is this, then so minus 2 comma minus 12. So these are the answers to question number 3, and we come to the end of that number 3 question and the end of the lesson. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. If there's any question, you are free to put it in the comment section so that I'll look into it and if possible, make another video for you to get the correction. Thank you and God bless you.